magnet or something. There you go.
Let's move over to the West because we saw the Oklahoma City Thunder clinching the NBA's best regular season record, 64th win on Wednesday, and they earned the top overall playoff seed upon beating the Clippers 128-110. SGA, stop me if you've heard this before, another 20-point game. Chet Holmgren leading the way for the Thunder, 30 points, 14 boards. So OKC is the sixth team since the current 1983-84 to finish as the number one seed in its conference in 3 or more straight seasons. All these other teams went on to win multiple titles in their spans. So I remember literally a year ago, Vince, David and I were sitting on this show debating OKC or the field. I took OKC. I took my victory lap. Now I want to ask you this. Do you take OKC? Do you view them the same way that I did a year ago, knowing regular season, 64 wins, all that, or are you taking the field?
I think the NBA moves quicker than ever, faster than ever. Or faster than ever, quicker than ever, excuse me. Where Oklahoma City looked, they lapped the field last year. And then the league gets better. The league catches up to you in ways that it didn't before. Usually, if a team goes on a run, you got 2 or 3 years and then you wait it out. I don't think there's a fear factor for them anymore. And it's important to note, we have not had, and the NBA is the League of Repeat Champions. We have not had a repeat champion since the Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Golden State Warriors, and they had issues getting out of the Western Conference, and that was one of the best conglomerates we've ever seen. I think health catches up to some degree. I wonder about Jalen Williams. Is that hamstring all the way right? If he's all the way right, then yeah, there's something there. But don't they have to worry about Big Slim? Don't they have to worry about Victor Wembanyama waiting for them possibly in the conference finals if they are to get past the Denver Nuggets? I think this is just going to be matchup dependent. And the other thing is this, in terms of playoff history, of all those champions that we've talked about since 2019, none of a recent champion has even gotten out of the second round of the playoffs. They haven't even gotten to the conference finals. And we walked into the playoffs with all of those champions, even the bubble Lakers. We felt like each of those teams had a reasonable chance to repeat. And then something happened along the way to June. Something happened along the way that we didn't expect. I still give the Thunder a better chance than anybody else, but I'm not counting out Denver. I'm not counting out San Antonio. Even if I don't think they're better teams, anybody can get caught in today's NBA of parity.
Yeah, the field, when you have this field versus everybody else discussion, you have to be so much better than everybody else for me to take you over the field. So when I say somebody versus the field, I'm saying prime Tiger. I'm saying 72-win Bulls. I'm saying KD, Steph Warriors, who, again, like you said, had trouble getting out of there. Sure. The OKC Thunder are not that much better than everybody else for me to say them versus the field. There's just too much competition. We've seen so much in the regular season. They played the Spurs, Nuggets, and Celtics. Overall, a -5 point differential against those teams. They've all taken them to the wire. And the biggest thing for me, beyond the J-Dub injury, which is huge for OKC, has not looked like himself for the entirety of the season, is the fact that you have a team going into the playoffs that are, yes, the favorites, who may not have the best player on the court in the second or the third round, which is something that you have to overcome. I know it's a team.
Oh, they'll have it in the second round.
Well, how things shake up, they may have it. They may have Jokic.
No, they won't see Jokic or Wemby into the conference finals.
Right. Yeah. So
it'll be the conference finals.
Right.
That they won't have.
So they will. Yes, conference finals. They will not have may not have the best player.
May not
have the best player when you talk about SGA and Jokic. Now, SGA could be somebody come clutch time who you want the ball in his hand more than anybody else. But overall, over a 48-minute span, I don't know who the best player on the court is, and that's something that should be really scary for the OKC team.
I think we can say this now, and if it's the last 2 minutes of a serious playoff game, SGA is going to have the ball in his hands, and he's either going to score or get fouled. I don't know if there's a player more that you trust. Maybe even this side of Jokic, because you can double Jokic and everything else. Shea has a way of manipulating the game, and I use manipulating in an affectionate way. He can manipulate the game to where you're afraid to touch him. He's so efficient, and he's going to get a good shot or at least a shot up on goal every time. So when things get tough, I do trust Oklahoma City to play like themselves better than most of these other teams, even the Spurs, who have had their number this year.
I don't know. I think when you talk about the Nuggets, that is a team with the playoff experience, with what we just saw. Look at what they did against San Antonio. That was a team that clicked into championship mode down the stretch. Jokic was playing his best version of defense. Aaron Gordon was playing his best version of defense, and Jokic was saying, I am going to take Wemby and make impossible shots. So in the same way that you can talk about SGA manipulating a game down the stretch, Jokic can absolutely do that at the same level and maybe even better.
Real quick, can we put the odds back up of the title odds here? Obviously, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder leading the way, and then it's the Boston Celtics. I just want to take a look here real quick. So there's the Spurs there at plus 550, the Nuggets at plus 850, and that's it for the Western Conference. So for both of you, because obviously they are the favorites to come out of the West. They're the favorites to win the NBA title. Who is their biggest threat in the West, Vince?
Oh, their biggest threat is San Antonio. They have their number. I think the second biggest threat to get out of the West is Denver. The team that Oklahoma City does not want to see is the San Antonio Spurs, because Victor Wembanyama flat out does not like Chet Holmgren.
Yes.
He doesn't like that man cologne. Like, for whatever reason, whenever he see him, you just get that look on his face. Like when you hear like a good beat or something like that, you're like, ooh, this is just something. And he dominates him. And I think that hate, that competitive hate, has permeated through the rest of the Spurs. When you win 4 out of 5 games and then Jalen Williams comes and says, let's say, why can't you guys handle them? He says, well, when a team beats you 4 out of 5 times, that means they're better than you. This is when Oklahoma City was on a 70-win pace that we thought that they were going to get to the Golden State Warriors thing. And then here's the other part of it. They're 24-2 or something like that out of their last 26 games. And the Spurs are still on their heels. There's no fear.
It's going to be a good one. I love playoff hate. I think it's always good for us.
He hates the way he talked, the way he walked.
It's all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
All right, stick around.
They're projecting ahead, but right now, what are they? 3? So they would get Minnesota first, which is not a given, right? Then after Minnesota, they would go 1.
San Antonio.
They go San Antonio. Okay, excuse me. Yes, I think they could. I really do. My qualm with San Antonio has just been the fact of what we see most consistently in the NBA. It is so rare for a team with 0 collective experience and a first-time head coach in the postseason to go and make it happen. On the other end of that, you've got experience, you've got unique enough talent, Joker or Wemby, whichever one you want, incredibly unique, literally changing the game. Those two match up in that series. You've got great guard play on both sides, but to me, the pendulum swings in the favor of the Nuggets because they won a championship 2 years ago. Like, they know
and
the 20-game
they took the Thunder
stretch.
to 7 games last year.
And you know what? And you know what else? It just came to me. If they get to the finals, it will be one of the greatest team runs we've ever seen. Just getting there. Okay, you beat Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and all
if this holds, right?
If it holds.
Right.
Then you go and play San Antonio, 60 wins. Then you go and if you beat the Thunder, defending champion Thunder, 60 wins. The last time I could think of that is probably the Houston Rockets of Hakeem Olajuwon. Big man, a lot of shooters.
Otis Thorpe.
Yeah.
No, that was Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler second year. But no, but good. I like the pool. Someone's been talking to Hembo. That's what that is. But no, that's the road that is facing them. If they are to get there, the West is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Get your sleep now, because we ain't sleeping until June.
Now, and to be fair, you could look at this and say, you know, people might be sleeping on Minnesota as well. Whoever is the last team standing in the West is going to go through a bloodbath. But when you look at it, to me, one of the differentiating factors in such a tightly contested series is going to be experience.
Was Otis Thorpe part of that Portland trade? Is that what it was?
He was part of the Portland trade.
Okay.
Look at Peter.